We live in an age where distraction is no longer an anomaly, it's the baseline. From the moment we wake up until our heads hit the pillow, our minds are bombarded with stimuli, notifications, updates, breaking news, entertainment on demand, and endless streams of digital noise. The result? We've forgotten how to sit with our thoughts, reflect on life, and nurture the inner quiet that refines us as human beings. Historically, quiet contemplation was not just a tool, but an essential part of human evolution. It gave rise to some of the greatest ideas, philosophies, and innovations known to man. Men like Nikola Tesla, who famously said, "The mind is sharper and keener in seclusion and uninterrupted solitude. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influences." Tesla often credited his solitude for his greatest breakthroughs. Philosopher Blaise Pascal went so far as to say, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." These minds understood something that many of us have forgotten: the power of silence, of stepping back from the chaotic noise of life to reflect, to question, and to create. And yet, today, we flee from boredom as if it were the plague. The truth is, boredom is a vital ingredient in creativity and self-discovery. In moments of boredom, our minds are forced to wander, and that wandering often leads us to the very solutions and breakthroughs we seek. The famous composer Beethoven would often spend hours walking in the woods alone, allowing his thoughts to flow freely, and in those moments of apparent idleness, masterpieces were born. But modern life has eradicated the lull. We're uncomfortable with any moment not filled by external stimulation. This discomfort is the very thing that's preventing us from tapping into our potential. There is no moment of peace to reflect on the day, no quiet to understand ourselves, and no pause to let creativity rise. Many people fear this silence because it brings them face to face with their own doubts, anxieties, and unresolved emotions. It's easier to drown them out with noise than to face them head on. But here's the truth. Growth requires discomfort. Sitting in silence may bring up thoughts or feelings you've avoided, but it's in those moments that real transformation happens. In ancient times, there may have been physical noise, the chatter of villages, the sound of animals, but mental quiet was the norm. People had time to reflect, to listen to their thoughts without the relentless pressure of constant communication. In our modern world, we've flipped that dynamic. Our environments may seem quieter, but our minds are louder than ever. I began to realize this myself when I started taking a few minutes each day to just sit in quiet reflection. No distractions, no devices, just me and my thoughts. At first, I was uncomfortable, but as I continued this practice, I noticed a shift. The bar for what I needed to feel stimulated began to lower. I found myself appreciating the smallest details, things I had previously overlooked. The birds chirping outside, the way the wind swayed the leaves, the stillness in the air. This practice resonated throughout my life, grounding me and giving me a sense of peace and clarity. It was as if the more I embraced these moments, the more in tune I became with myself and the world around me. We need to reclaim that stillness. Even something as simple as sitting and watching a bird fluttering from branch to branch, or observing the gentle sway of leaves in the wind, those can reset our overstimulated minds. The quiet details we overlook are precisely what can ground us, and by lowering our threshold for stimulation, we begin to appreciate the small things, the quiet moments that are rich in beauty and meaning. The ripple effect is real. By taking just a few minutes each day to sit in quiet reflection, we can bring a deeper sense of calm, clarity, and wisdom to all aspects of our lives. It doesn't take a spiritual pilgrimage or hours of meditation. It simply takes the willingness to step away from the noise and face ourselves. In the stillness of the mind, we find our true selves and the vastness of the universe.